Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Have and to Roll. I'm Death Prodigy, joined as always by my beautiful husband, Rain Zero. You're listening to Session 79, The House of the Moon. This week, the Cover of Night set out on their quest to prove their worth to the understandably skeptical people of the Cinderlands. This session features sound effects from Syrinscape and music from Cindy Locker and Michael Ghelfi Audio. Details in the description. But now, let's join our intrepid heroes as they continue their trek through the sun-baked wastes with naught but a to-do list to guide them on Curse of the Crimson Throne.
Hello, beautiful wife.
Hello, beautiful husband.
And welcome back
to
Curse
of the Crimson Throne. Yes.
The Crimson Throne. So, what happened last time? Curse of the Crimson Throne. Yes, you had your Sredna match.
Yes, we had our Sredna match.
It was full of narrative and sexual tension.
Yes, Lenore kicked Krojan Eats What He Kills' ass. And maybe they'll meet up later.
Yeah, maybe.
Lenore told Edgar he needs to get his ass up here.
Incredible. It's urgent.
We have a new friend.
Incredible.
But yes, Krojan and Lenore made good impressions on each other. And we then did a lot of very good RP stuff. We sort of went around and had, we had Ophelia and Trinia talking as the sun was going down. And we had Unia and Thousand Bones talking about the nature of death and life and rebirth and gods and divine power.
Yes.
And that was really good.
A conversation that I really wanted to have with Unia, which I'm glad that we had it, and it seemed really good.
Yeah.
And so you have been given a task, and that is that tasks. you need to ingratiate yourself to the Sklarqua if they're going to tell you about Koja Eyes of Flame.
Yes.
Who was part of the adventuring party that killed Kazavan.
Yes.
Now Thousand Bones gives you Thousand Bones gave you a lot of avenues by which you can seek to ingratiate yourselves to them. Some of them more difficult than others. And it's kind of up to you which one you want to do first. Just to recap real quick, the options that he gave you: you can recreate a legendary hero's accomplishments. You can secure the endorsement of a truth speaker. You can seek the Thrall Keeper's mark, which is the Sihedron 7-pointed star that a lot of the older Shawanti seem to be having on their hands. You can become an enemy's Nalharest, which is does not have a direct translation in Taldane. The easiest translation for you is either something like comrade or brother in arms, something like that, where essentially you are rallied together by a common enemy. And consider yourselves like honorary siblings because of it.
Okay.
And other than that, if you can find anything else that you think would ingratiate yourself to them, you can do that. If you can get into the Sklarqua camp, there is a trial that you can engage in called the Trial of the Totem, but they're probably not going to administer that right to outsiders. You're probably going to need another way to get in, and then that's kind of your last push to get more recognition.
Yeah. So basically, we go and do the other things, and then we do that last thing. So we kind of have an idea of what we have to do last, but the question remains, what shall we do first?
You've been given the aid of 4 Skonqua Bone Slayers, whose job is to both bear witness to your tasks and also help you guys get passage through the Cinderlands, because Shamek, that's outsiders, in the Cinderlands are not generally welcome in most places, but if you have Bone Slayers with you, it'll help. Also, of note, these 4 Bone Slayers have taken a vow of silence so as not to distract you from your task. They are here to observe and not to engage in conversation unless directly spoken to for some fucking reason that you felt that Rain needed to make up 4 voices for these characters. But yes, they've all undertaken a vow of silence.
Sounds like a vow of wimping out from the DM. Oh no, I have to voice 4 characters at once. What am I gonna do?
Like, I'm also voicing Trinia.
Oh no, I have to voice 5 characters at once. What am I gonna do? Oh,
look, we can't
certainly not go through an entire dungeon at the end of book 3.
Oh no. Well, look, we can't all be you.
Damn right.
That's why we pay you the big bucks.
Big as in size. Big as in...
I gave you one $5 bill that was 3 foot by 5 foot.
Yep.
And it said...
it is not legal tender, but it is very soft.
Yes, exactly. Anyway. And we also got a nice little cutscene showing what Signifier Strickland's been up to.
And Cinnabar.
And Cinnabar, a Red Mantis assassin, who also might have participated in maybe the torture and execution of
One Center Travail.
Who knows? So it's dawn of the next day.
24 hours remain.
24 hours remain. And you've got a lot of options. So
yeah.
What are you gonna do today?
I think that I kind of want to try and make some more friends before I go and do something really stupidly dangerous, like jump into the mouth of a magma worm. What I was thinking about doing was first going to the Lyroon Qua, where the Truth Speaker is, and getting their endorsement, or, seeing what I have to do to get their endorsement. And then I was going to go check out the Sihedron mark thingy.
Yes, the Acropolis of the Thrall Keepers.
Yes, the Thrall Keeper mark. That one is primarily, I think, for Unia. They've seen a lot of people like hold it up to ward themselves against them, and they kind of want to understand more what the deal is from their perspective. Did I
explain who the Thrall Keepers were?
Yeah. The Thrall Keepers were the Rune Lords, and then the Eridanite / Chalaxian invaders who were seen as carrying on the legacy of the Rune Lords in the region. And when you mentioned the trial of getting the Thrall Keeper's mark, you mentioned that there would be experiencing for oneself the pain that was endured by the people who were driven out of Korvosa, or where Korvosa now stands.
Gotcha.
Do we know the general direction of the Lyroon Qua from here?
I believe, actually, if you'll turn your attention to the map, for anybody who's curious, we are using a map of the Cinderlands, which we've had on the website for a while. If you'd like to check it out, we're going to be updating it with some of the new pinpoints that we've added now that you guys know a little bit more about the area. But you should be able to see. Thousand Bones told you that the Lyroon Qua occupy the area around a Desnan temple called the House of the Moon, which you'll find here at the northern end of the Wyvern Mountains, which serve as sort of the western bound of this area of the Cinderlands. Beyond the Wyvern Mountains, you have the Storval Deep, which is a very deep lake, which is fed by, among others, the Kazaron River. No relation to Kazavan whatsoever. The House of the Moon is northwest of an orc settlement called Erglin.
Oh, yes. The settlement we do not want to go to by accident, because they do not like outsiders.
It is roughly 100 miles, actually almost exactly 100 miles to the northwest of you. You would be crossing the Yondabakari River. The easiest place to cross is at Flameford, which is the home of the Sklarqua. You could try to cross somewhere else, though, if you want.
Okay, well, if we shadow walk, will the Sklarqua notice us?
No.
Okay.
Unless the Sklarqua also occupy the plane of shadow.
I don't think they do, but do I want to risk it? It's also possible that somebody else occupies that area on the plane of shadow, and maybe they're even less friendly than these folks who just don't like outsiders. I don't feel like fighting Chitons today. How about we try to shadow walk and not go across at Flameford?
Okay.
Because I don't feel like getting fucked with today.
Okay.
We would like to, I guess, walk for about 2 hours.
Wait, are you shadow walking or are you?
Yes, I would like to shadow walk. I guess it'll probably take about 2 hours. But we will have to deal with the river.
Gotcha.
We wake in the morning and we step outside.
And you take a deep breath. And
what is the weather like today?
That's actually a really good question. Let's go to the random weather generator. It's fucking hot. It's a desert. It's dry.
Yes, it's hot and dry. What a surprise.
Let's see if there's any magic weather. It's clear. It's 85 degrees. Shade is actually quite helpful because this is a very dry heat. It's considered colder than normal. There is a light wind coming out of the west.
We step outside and we're already sort of fanning ourselves, and the folks who live here are like, it's a bit nippy out, isn't it? Unseasonably chilly. It's very strange.
Nothing strange going on. But yes. So
I could just imagine Damien goes outside of the tent first, and Lenore's like, what's the weather like out there? It's hot and dry. It's a desert. What do you expect?
Consult the weather rock I bought in Kermaga.
Hold on. Damien licks his finger and holds it up. It's hot and dry. We're in a desert. Fuck you.
Incredible. After the festivities of last night, doing this whole welcoming thing for you and everything, people's attitude toward you has sort of cooled. Like, people were pretty hyped because you'd beaten Krojan eats what it kills at Sredna, but now they're kind of like, I mean, they're still Shamik and Does
anybody want to play Sredna?
We got a lot to do,
Yeah, I don't feel like getting the back of my head cut up today.
Look at my wrist. Anyway, and so hunting parties are heading out, and people are engaging in work around the camp.
All right.
Picking up trash from previous night.
Let's have a breakfast scene.
What sort of eggs are we looking at? Are we looking at wyvern eggs?
Oh my god!
I think we're in a time for wyvern eggs. Huh?
Wyvern eggs.
The cooks among the Sklarqua here will be preparing for you a basically wyvern egg omelets.
Oh my god.
Rather, they have a giant cooking stone that they just take this one wyvern egg and just crack it and then scramble it up a little bit. They throw a little bit of seasoning on it, some desert herbs and some salt and pepper, and a little bit of a very soft cheese that they melt over it and then fold it over. And one of these eggs is enough to feed the four of you.
Lenore is ecstatic. She's egg-static.
Egg-static.
Everybody else is also pretty pleased.
Gives you a +1 bonus on attack rolls for the day.
Oh my god.
Yes, because it's very good.
Oh my god. Okay, let me...
Sorry, just borrowing from Wrath of the Righteous and Pathfinder Kingmaker.
I'm just
video games here.
I'm just putting on my buffs.
Eggs.
What is that, a specific type of bonus?
Technically, so if we're going by the game, it's a cooking bonus. So it's separate from everything else.
Okay, untyped.
Cooking bonus. So it's not one of those selectable types, but
yes. Attack
you can thank Owlcat Games for this nice buff.
Excellent. Oh, this is delightful. Eggs.
And you are joined by Holic, Hargav, Nalmid, and Shadfrar.
Yes.
You explained to them the plan of Going through the shadow plane?
Yeah. So we're planning on going to the Truth Speakers first today, but because the walk is so long, we're actually gonna walk through the shadow plane.
Hold on.
I don't really understand how it works, but Unia can probably explain it better.
I will actually have one of these guys talk. Nalmid, who is a very slender person of indeterminate gender.
Excuse me. Yes. So I have a concern about the fact that we're going to be traveling between the planes. Yes, correct?
It is, I assure you, at least as safe as walking the Cinderlands on foot.
You'll forgive me, Corvoson, if I have a few concerns in that regard about how safe that actually would be. There are many creatures in the Cinderlands. Are you familiar with the Nemorador?
The what?
Nemoradors.
What is that?
They're creatures that like to hunt the gorges of the Storval Plateau, particularly places where they overlap with the Plane of Shadow. And I worry that by tunneling around the Cinderlands, we might be inviting Nemoradors to, come after us.
How do they compare to the other dangers in the Cinderlands?
Significantly more, I believe.
Including the consideration of dying of heat exhaustion.
Oh, much more dangerous than that.
Could you explain to me a little more about the Nemoradors?
Yes. See, Nemoradors, they're undead creatures, I think. Are you familiar with wolves?
Yes.
Okay, well, they're like wolves, but made of shadow and
shadow
death.
Wolves.
Shadow wolves.
Undead
I guess that's an
shadow
easy way.
wolves.
Yes.
Are you pulling my leg?
No. I'm certainly not.
Damien, have you heard of Nemoradors? Has Damien heard of Nemoradors?
You can roll on knowledge religion or knowledge planes.
Ooh, knowledge planes is better. Let me clack, religion rocks, clack. Or planes rocks, I guess. That's a natural 20 for a total of 41. What does Damien know
You
about
have, in fact, heard of Nemoradors.
They're telling the truth, Unia.
Nemoradors a Nemorador, they stalk the night, craving the flesh of the living. Though they dwell in the shadow plane, the shadowy substance of that plane offers them only the barest sustenance, and they forever seek to cross over onto the material plane. Yet they can make this journey only on the eve of a death, and only in a place where the planes overlap the material. When they manage to make the leap between planes, a shooting star marks their passage. Attracted by the smell of cooking meat, but particularly vulnerable to flame, a Nemorador's most common meal is a traveler who has strayed from their campfire. Unattended babies are a treat so delectable, however, that a Nemorador will risk an encounter with dreaded fire if it spies an opportunity to snatch one. A Nemorador's skin is torn and loose over jutting bones, through which the wind whistles with a distinctive, eerie tone. Able to change between a quadrupedal and bipedal stance, the Nemorador is an admirable hunter.
Oh my god.
Are we on the eve of a death somehow?
Well, I don't suppose any of us are, unless it would really depend on if. Sorry, again, this is Nalmid talking. They're just sort of. They seem very nervous. Very.
Damien feels some sympathy with them.
Yes. The issue is they can only cross over to the material plane after a death. But if you're, as you say,
Walking between the planes.
yes, it might be easier for them to attack us while we're between planes. They might be able to attack us even if there hasn't been a death.
Does Damien think that's a concern as well? With a 41?
That does actually seem likely.
Yeah. As much as I like shadow walking, and by like I mean appreciate the convenience of more so than enjoy, he shudders a little bit. That is actually a valid concern. What occasion have you had to learn about Nemoradors?
Oh, they're one of those things that my mom told me about when I was growing up. It's one of the things that's out there, along with things like spire stalkers and thunder callers and
Okay.
dragones and things like that.
Yeah.
There's all sorts of stuff out there in the Cinderlands.
Yeah.
You wouldn't believe how many things there are out in the Cinderlands.
Are you okay to come with us?
Oh, yes, I know a lot about all of those things.
Okay.
Which is why I'm coming with you.
Okay.
Because I feel Corvosans, like yourselves, wouldn't have a lot of consideration for the dangers that are out in the Cinderlands.
You're probably right.
Damien looks apologetically at Iania.
I am right.
So, what do you suggest we do instead?
Well, I would suggest that, also our job as your escorts is to witness you, and I don't know that there's a lot of witnessing happening if we're always going to be in between the planes or whatever you said.
Well, I thought the primary witnessing was of like the important things that we're going to be doing once we get to wherever we're going.
Would you like to have Damien roll diplomacy?
With that 0. All right. Come on, sweetheart. Come on. A 7. A 7.
Yeah. Now Mid's like, I just feel like, part of the journey is, getting there. And
Yeah.
if you're just going to be bypassing the entire journey, who am I to say though?
I mean, you
just
are
now, Mid.
Your input is really appreciated. That's part of the whole reason you're here.
Yeah.
So, okay. Okay. So if we're just regular walking, it's gonna take us like how long to travel to the Lyrunqua?
Let me see. You would probably be able, if you're walking, you'd probably be able to move about 16 miles in a day.
Jesus.
Yeah.
I don't feel like we have like 9 days to spend, getting to I feel like we don't have like 7 days to spend getting to the Lyrunqua though. Like,
Okay. Just, if we get eaten by Nemoradors.
No. Do you have horses that we can use?
He sort of goes, we talked to Chief One Life. I think we might have a few horses we can use.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you have 8 horses?
You will quickly learn that 8 horses is actually quite outside the bounds of what they can provide to you.
Yeah.
9 horses, actually. You have 9
God.
people.
That's right. Because Trini is like, excuse me.
Oh, we just sorry. I thought you would be riding with
Ophelia.
your girlfriend. Yes.
Oh, well, I mean, we're not, Ophelia looks at Trinia. We're very happy together. Thank you.
Girlfriend.
Girlfriend?
I mean,
Yeah. Ophelia squeezes Trinia's hand and
I
sort of leans in there a little
literally
bit.
died with you, so,
Yeah. So they do not have enough horses for us.
No.
Okay.
Another problem that we're potentially running into here is that we need to cross this river. And the only ford is with the people who already don't like us. Do you all have any alternative options for crossing the river?
We could just try swimming. No, it's like, can you swim? Can all of you swim?
I can swim.
Great, we'll swim.
Wait.
I can swim. He's like Ahalik, and Ahalik's like, yeah, I can swim too. It's cool, man. And then there's like Hargav. Yep.
I can
swim it. It's no problem.
I can cast Slipstream on a couple people who
Shadfar?
aren't very
Yeah, I can swim. It's totally fine.
who aren't very good at swimming. I can cast. I can.
You're welcome. I've come up with 4 voices just now.
Hey, look at you go!
There we go. Maybe I'll be good at it.
I'm very proud of you.
Anyway.
Okay. So I think I can cast spells. Damien can cast spells. We can probably get over the river wherever. What if would we be able to like shadow walk like halfway and then regular walk the rest of the way? Do you like Nalma, do you have like any idea like
Actually, about this point, Shadfar will come along and be like,
Hi. Yeah. So, Nalmid, is like this. I think the shadow walking sounds great. And I would much prefer to do that.
me too. Like
How about we put it to a vote?
Unia says, all in favor of shadow walking, and raises their hand.
Shadfar raises her hand. Ahalik raises his hand.
Ophelia and Unia, or Ophelia and Lenore will raise their hands.
Trinia raises her hand.
Damien keeps his hand down.
So, how many 4 we have? We have Ahalik, Shadfar, Lenore.
Yeah, we have a Holic Shadfar, 3 members of the party. So it sounds like it's a 5-4. Or Trinia raised her hand as well.
Trinia
So
raised her hand as well.
it's 6-3. Damien, Nalmed, and
Hargav, slightly older, Bone Slayer. He's like, back in my day, we didn't use any of that planar nonsense. We was always going out into the wild, just me and a bow, and
You can still have your bow.
I can have my bow. Nobody's gonna take my bow. Nobody's gonna take my bow. They're gonna take it from my cold dead hands. Is what they're gonna do.
So I guess we're shadow walking then. Do you have any like anti undead shadow wolf things?
Nope.
Okay.
We're giving you everything that we can give you.
Okay. Well, I guess we'll keep an eye out.
Technically, I mean, if we really have to, I could cast Hide from Undead. Yep, I can do that too. Ahalik also says,
Yeah, it's all good. We can totally cast Hide from Undead. Be totally fine. It'll be great.
That sounds like a great idea. I'm not actually familiar with how long that lasts.
The last 10 minutes.
this is Ahalik talking. He goes,
It lasts 10 minutes per level.
you can cast it on one creature per level,
And it renders us completely undetectable by undead for the duration.
What's your level?
My level? Man, I don't like to put numbers on things. Like you Corvosans, you always want to put numbers
How
on
many
everything.
people can you hide from undead?
How many people can I hide from undead?
Yep.
That's what I'm saying, man. I don't want to be maybe I could do 5. Maybe I could do 3.
My friend, it is extremely important that if we are doing hide from undead, we are able to hide the entire party. These creatures like to go after people who are traveling alone.
Yeah, man, you're just really harshing my vibe, dude.
but
Shadfar! Hey, Shadfar. How many people can you hide from undead?
me?
Yeah,
3.
3.
At
All
a
right.
time.
All right.
But I can cast it.
Like up to 6 times a day.
Okay, that is more than sufficient.
Also,
I
these
think.
guys have the same training as me, so they should be able to do the same thing.
Great. That's awesome. Fantastic.
So technically, we have 3 times 6, 18 times 4.
So
18 times 4.
72.
Is that right?
72.
So it is? Hey, look at you with your fucking numbers.
I have an int of 25.
Okay, so we have a total of, that's 30 minutes each. So
Cool. So that's more than sufficient. We can cast on all of us for a 4-hour trip at least.
you can also cast Sanctuary, and here's what we're working with. We have Cause Fear, Cure Light Wounds, Detect Undead, Hide from Undead, Sanctuary, and then a bunch of cantrips.
Oh, I could put Death Watch up.
Why didn't you lead with that?
Look, if you do it in town, people start to freak out at you.
No, they don't.
In Corvosa, they do.
Oh, of course. Well, Corvosans think that everything is necromancy and everything's bad.
I mean, Death Watch is necromancy, and we did just go through a huge plague that was put on
but
by...
the important part, see, this is the problem with you Corvosans, is you think anything that deals with soul magic is bad, right?
Look.
But not all soul magic is bad.
I agree.
Right?
I'm not actually even from Corvosa. I'm from the thief camp outside Corvosa.
This conversation takes place for the
Yes.
first hour of the Shadow
Yes, yes. They bicker the entire way.
Walking. And you do come to the banks of the Yondabakari River.
All right.
Now, where along the river would you like to approach?
Well,
Anyway, I'm going to highlight the river for you in yellow. It's this lovely river right here. Yellow for Yondabakari.
hey. So I think we'd probably like to cross it as soon as we can. So if we just move it like a sort of a line perpendicular to the river, just going like straight north. And then we'll head over toward the...
You come to a place where the river is about, let's say, a quarter of a mile wide.
Okay.
It's kind of slow moving. You can see up toward the northeast, it's coming out of the mountains where it cuts actually quite a jagged line. But over the course of a few dozen miles or something, I think the mountains are about 30 miles away. So you can see the mountains from here. Then there's rolling hills, so you don't necessarily see the river the whole time. But in the times where you can see the river coming around bends a little bit closer, it's widened out, so it's moving slower. Mm-hmm. It does seem pretty deep still, though.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, the party as a whole is not great at swimming. What's the deal with Ophelia's fins to feet? If she goes in the water, does she get her fins back?
You get your fins back, yes.
Okay. So Ophelia is good to swim across. Mm-hmm. Lenore can cast Slipstream on 2 people. That will give them a swim speed of 20 feet. And the Bone Slayers have said they're good to swim. So we'll trust them on that. So that's 3 people in my party taken care of. And then Damien can cast Fly on himself and Trinia, casting it once and then re-prepping it and casting it again.
Okay. So I'm going to make 4 swim checks for the Bone Slayers. Okay. Yep. 2. Yep. Good.
Oh, also, it only costs me 2 arcane pool points to re-prep Fly now because I have improved spell recall.
All right. About midway through the river, Ahalik starts to seem kind of tired.
Oh.
He's like, this is... He actually starts like treading water, and he's like, this is a lot wider than I thought it was.
Lenore has Slipstream on. So Lenore is going to sort of grab the guy. She has and Ophelia will come over and help. And they'll sort of. All right, and we'll see if we can assist him on his swim checks. Because I feel like neither of us have to make swim checks because the water's relatively calm.
Yeah, it's pretty calm.
Yeah.
It's just pretty wide.
Yeah.
Normally it's totally fine. It's just the wolf skin. And he just points to the wolf skin on his head. It's just getting so heavy, man. It's just so heavy, man.
Here, let's get you over to the other side.
And you're aiding him?
Yeah.
All right. With the aid of 2 people, he's able to get over. He is fatigued now.
Okay. We will give one of our potions of lesser restoration, to Holic.
All right, so now you have 5.
Yes.
All right, and so he is cured of his fatigue. It took you about an hour to get here. Mm-hmm. You like to continue on?
Yes.
Continuing Shadow Walk?
Yes.
So, how close are you skirting to the Orc City of Erglin?
We are...
From where you are, it's basically a straight shot to House of the Moon, but you would go right past Erglin.
I don't want to find out what the Shadow Plane equivalent of Erglin is. It seems like it might be worse.
Yes.
So how about we skirt around that a little bit?
Okay, so you're giving it a wide berth.
Yeah.
Which way are you going? Toward the north or toward the...
To the north.
Okay, so you're...
So...
Would you like to draw on the map for me?
So sort of like that.
Okay, yeah. Giving it like a little bit wider berth.
Yeah.
Around the middle. What are we talking, like 20 mile rate?
Yeah.
You give it a wide berth.
And run right into the Shadow Plane version of the city of Erglin, which was founded just a few miles to the east.
Let me see. So.
And then, as before, we're not gonna stay in Shadow Walk and pop out in the middle of their camp because that's rude.
So after several hours of following along this coiling path between the Shadow Plane and the material, actually give me a survival.
All right.
And I'm actually gonna roll survival for the Bone Slayers as well.
Does Unia get a bonus to their survival check from Guiding Star?
What does Guiding Star do?
Actually, it says you form a bond with your surroundings when you cast the spell. For the remaining duration of the spell, which is a day per level, you can always, as a standard action, determine your approximate distance from that area as well as the direction you must travel in order to reach it. It also says, though, you cannot determine the location of the area if you are on a different plane.
It would not work then.
Okay. All right. So
Ardev is able to look above at sort of the the way that I like to describe this is if you've ever gotten outside the map in a video game and you can see through the backs of models, that's kind of like what it's like when you're doing this. That you can see trees above you and grass poking out of some sort of invisible structure. And it's almost like there's like a fine mesh over the world that looks like it would probably be dirt if you were to get closer. And then similarly below you, there's this oily veil, like beneath your feet, and you're kind of in almost like the texture of a snakeskin, kind of coiling thing that goes through the ground. You can see them all like branching out, and they twist and turn as you're moving.
That's really cool.
Putting you out in weird spots. And
so
every now and then you see some animals above. You can see like giant geckos moving around. You can see, you do at a couple points see these things that look like wolves with their skin falling off, stalking upside down below you. And as soon as you see one of them, the Bone Slayers will collectively cast Hide from Undead to get everybody. Mm-hmm. Now Mid just sort of goes, I still don't think we should be doing it this way. Shh.
Shut up.
They can't hear us. The spell prevents them from detecting us. Anyway. But eventually, you do start to see the Wyvern Mountains rising in the west.
Survival checks. Lenore got a 14. Unia got a
you guys
23.
are fine.
Oh, okay.
I got one of the Bone Slayers got a 23.
Oh, okay.
So between the two of you,
Yay.
anybody get higher than a 23?
I don't think it's possible for any of my characters, or for Ophelia or Damien to roll higher than that. Yeah, no.
So yeah, between the two 23s, you managed to find your way through the shadow plane. The Bone Slayers seem a little bit perturbed by it, but they're fine. And you see the Wyvern Mountains starting to rise in the distance. The shadow equivalent of Erglin has a dull green glow over it all the time.
Don't like that.
Yes.
Don't like that.
Or below it from where you are, above it. I don't know. Anyway.
Don't like that.
But you do see a hill on which stands a rather impressive looking shrine of some sort. There's a coiling path that goes up the hill. It's rather craggy on the sides. Let me see.
We will pop out a little ways away from the foot of the hill.
You can now see this shrine rising above the surrounding landscape. It's probably about a mile or two off from where you are right now. Rather, the foot of the hill is about a mile or two off from where you are right now. What would you like to do?
I would like to look around and see if there is anything or anyone in the vicinity.
Okay. Give me a perception.
All right. We'll have Damien roll first.
Or survival, depending on how you're doing this.
All right. I was just thinking perception. I feel the path in which we are going is relatively straightforward. Okay. Damien got a 26. Ophelia got a 20. Damn. Unia also not very good at perception. 21. I'm using all of my good rolls. All of them. And that's a 24 for Lenore. So 26 with 2 aids, so 30, and nobody got below a 20, which I don't think will ever happen again.
I see. Okay. So you do notice a coil of smoke rising from the desert near a little copse of rather dried out looking trees. And you can actually, getting closer, you can see there are horses hitched to this area.
Okay.
And some cattle grazing in the surrounding area.
Oh.
Do any of you happen to know who this is?
Hargev, the gruff one, goes, "Yep, sounds like it's probably like Runqua. You know, they do have some livestock around these parts, nomadic people, so they like their food to be able to travel with them."
That makes sense.
Yep, basically how it goes. They don't really have what you would call a local, like, village or anything. I guess the House of the Moon is sort of the place they come back to pretty often, but it's not always, kind of their thing.
So if we wanted to go and say hello and ask where to find the truth speaker, would this be a good place to ask?
Yeah, probably good as any.
All right. Do y'all want to go first and let them know that we're not here to fuck up anything?
That's probably why we're here. Yep.
Yeah, probably.
And the party will let the Bone Slayers go ahead of us toward this cabin.
So you approach the camp.
We do.
Okay. You will see when you're getting a couple hundred feet off. You see, it looks like there are 4 women dressed in light gray scales, padded with white fur underneath. Necklaces of tooth and bone, and silver tattoos covering their arms. And on their foreheads, a tattoo of a crescent moon.
That's cool.
As you get within sight, are you making your presence known?
Yeah, we'll have all of our weapons down. Hey, what should we do to let them know that we're okay? Should we put our hands up? Should we not put our hands up? Should we call out? Should we not call out?
They go, well, business. So Hargev sort of goes, best let me do the talking. I've been dealing with the Lightroom my whole life.
Really?
And probably going on about 35 years now.
You strike me as being so diplomatic and friendly. This is
Yep.
definitely a good idea.
Yep.
Lenore sort of looks at the other boat slayers like, any of you want to do this instead?
they all sort of like, I don't like talking to Lyroon Qua. They're all like really stuck up and hoity-toity, and it's like, handle it, it's all fine. Yeah, me and the Lyroon Qua, we go back so far, it's all right.
Great.
Are you letting Hargev take point?
Yes. I don't feel like we I don't know if we have any. Oh, how about Hargev and Ophelia?
Hargev and Ophelia, okay. So Hargev, this Bone Slayer, again, all the Bone Slayers have their faces painted white with the black on their cheekbones and a black on their nose to give their faces the appearance of skulls. Hargev has like a prominent jaw and prominent cheekbones, though these features are kind of amplified by the makeup that he's wearing. He's like, "Hey, ladies of the Lyroon Qua, fine warrior women. My name's Hargev of the Scone Qua, and I know you might be wondering, what's a Scone Qua doing with a bunch of Shamek bastards?"
Hi, we're the Cover of Night. We are requesting, politely, audience with one of your truth speakers.
And one of the women, a very tall woman, she's probably about like 6'2".
Hello.
She has, again, these gray scales as like shoulder and like a tunic, but like the legs are kind of open from the hip down to the leather and fur boots, which are also padded with these gray scales. She has a little band of either teeth or tusks of some sort around her upper thigh on one leg, and a fur band around her other leg, also patterned with the gray scales. And as you approach, she reaches to her sides and pulls forth 2 star knives, which she spins in her hands for a moment and go, "Yes, I was wondering why the Scone Qua brings Shamek to this sacred home. Well, I was hoping that would actually be a way to ease the tension, but it seems like it hasn't.
Oh my god.
Damien will come forward. You're Desnans.
We are.
I'm Desnan. I like your star knives.
They don't seem particularly impressed by this. Do you want to roll diplomacy to like break the ice?
I would love to have Ophelia roll diplomacy.
No, I think this is Damien. We're the Cover of Night. We're here looking for your help. And we heard that your resources and your expertise will be invaluable to us in helping. Thank you for having patience with us as we navigate this unfamiliar place.
That is a 37.
And yeah, with a 37, she sort of eyes Ophelia and Damien up and down, looks at the Scone Qua Bone Slayers at your sides. It is not commonplace for Shamek to step foot near the House of the Moon. But, she looks at Damien, a pilgrim of Desna must be welcome, for the House of the Moon has stood for untold eons as a shelter to traveling nomads. If you respect it, she looks at Ophelia and then sort of scans the rest of you. You are welcome to pay homage to Our Lady.
Okay.
But I regret to tell you, the House of the Moon is not safe right now.
Oh?
Why have you come here?
I
Simply for the temple, or?
We were going to talk to one of your truth speakers. We need an endorsement. We seek information from the Sklarqua, and they don't really like us, understandably.
Yes, it is very unlikely that any here would trust shamaks such as yourselves.
Yeah. We're looking to...
I am Tekrakai, vanguard of the Lyrune Qua. I have come here to secure the House of the Moon before our speaker comes.
Tekrakai, it's
Yes.
wonderful to meet you. I'm Ophelia Seren. These are my friends. We call ourselves the Cover of Night. And we also have these Bone Slayers from the Skonqua here to vouch for us. We are, where we come from, skilled warriors. Would you like help?
Our assistance would be instrumental in the taking of the temple. You see, I attempted with several of my sisters, but many of them fell in our first attempt. There's a creature there, a terrible creature, much like, actually, let me see if she knows exactly what it is. Let me see if she actually knows what it is.
All right.
Yes, she goes. There is a creature that has made the House of the Moon its home. We, as I have said, we are the vanguard of the Lyrune Qua. I came here with a group of 12 women. It is time soon for us to pay homage to Desna and the Song of the Spheres. However, many were lost when we tried to clear the temple. Now there is only myself and my sisters, Iklai, Meva, and Yandri.
Oh no, I'm so sorry.
Our first leader was cut down when we tried to take the place, and now the burden of leadership falls on me. I am not happy to admit that taking the temple is perhaps beyond my skill, but with you and your Bone Slayers, perhaps we may be successful. Then, when Truth Speaker Akram arrives with the rest of the tribe, we can welcome you, introduce you to him, and if he sees your cause to be just, he may aid you.
Yeah, I mean, we're happy to help however we can.
Yes. It's a strange creature, being of red flesh and winged with many eyes. I do not know the name of it. But it is a ferocious beast, and it cut down my sisters with skill.
What sort of attacks did it cut them down with?
It attacked us with a bite and 2 claws. It also had the ability to, after it hit people with the 2 claws, to tear them apart even more.
Rend?
Yes, the universal monster ability Rend. I think we all know it. It also had a devastating roar. Any who heard it, it struck fear into their hearts. Especially those who were closer, they would run in fear.
Okay.
Those who were further away seemed less afraid.
Okay.
Somewhere around a barrier of about 30 feet. See, if you were within 30 feet and you failed your saving throw, you would want to run away.
Can I make some sort of check at penalty?
Yeah, you can make a knowledge arcana.
Knowledge Arcana. Ooh,
Yes.
okay.
Based on this description.
All right.
Although these things that
Damien!
you have been told would count as facts if you get it correct.
God damn it.
What'd you get?
So Damien got a 22. Can we have
You have no idea what you're talking
Can
about.
we have the real smart nervous Bone Slayer roll as well?
Nope.
No.
He doesn't know anything about that.
All right.
They don't have knowledge arcana.
Lenore has a rank in knowledge arcana.
They have knowledge religion.
Lenore rolled a 9.
Nope, you don't know what that is.
Damien's like,
I have no idea what that is, honestly. Could you draw me a picture?
Well, I'm not a very skilled artist,
So she grabs a stick, she starts drawing in the dirt. Roughly looks like the shape of like, I don't know, like a gorilla with wings. She's like, no, wait, those wings are too big. Smaller wings. Perhaps these.
Fly, my pretties, fly!
No, the wings are too big. It did not seem to rely on the flying. It was more of a gliding sort of fly. I don't really. It mostly was on the ground. It liked to be in the place.
Okay.
Place.
Did your weapons seem to be helpful against it? Did they do enough damage?
Yes. I suppose they were good.
Okay.
I didn't. I was more concerned about my sisters dying in combat.
Definitely.
Really notice, like I said, there were 12 of us, and 8 of them are now dead.
Yeah, no, I'm definitely just trying to prevent further.
Yes. I failed my knowledge check. You see,
it's okay. I failed my knowledge.
I
failed my knowledge check too. It happened.
I'm not actually trained in knowledge arcana.
Oh, damn.
So,
Okay, well,
Would Trinia be able to roll knowledge arcana?
Right. Yeah, you have a bard, don't you?
I do. I was literally
Sorry.
just reminded of this because the knowledge skills are up in the chat. Fuck!
Trinia has no idea.
God damn it! Trinia rolled a 3.
So I guess we're just going to sort of like go in as a big giant group and hopefully not all die, huh?
yeah, that
Anyway, stay away from the claws, and it roars sometimes.
stay away from the claws, stay away from the teeth,
And if
and it roars.
and if we are successful, then the song of the spheres grace you with its beautiful voice.
Oh, thank you. That's so nice. Oh my god.
Yes,
Okay.
we will all sing in unison.
That sounds lovely.
Our party will do what they do best, running in unprepared to an area with enemies in it who are just gonna go and fight.
Yes. She goes, now, obviously, because I don't like your skull makeup, the Bone Slayers can't come.
What?
Because it's just too many people for the GM to track.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
kidding
It's
you.
probably
I'm
good.
kidding, they can come with us, it's fine.
Hey!
More cannon fodder. And if any of us die, it will look bad for your appeal to the Sklarqua.
Fuck, this is like the worst.
She doesn't say anything.
The worst escort quest ever.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. So in this little staging area, the Bone Slayers will take up flanking positions along the back, like this. Mm-hmm. Tekrakai is going to move toward sort of the mid area. Actually, she's in the right spot for where she wants to be. With her sisters sort of taking up positions like this. She's got one blocking in front of her. How would the rest of you like to go into formation here?
Lenore will take the front. Ophelia will join her as sort of like invisible, so she can run around behind it and smack it. Yeah. Damien and
Trini
Unia
will go to the middle.
Yeah, Damien and Unia. Well, Unia will be in the middle, and Damien will be in the back. Actually, no, Damien will be in the middle as well, keeping in mind that the Bone Slayers are considerably lower hit dice than he is. And also that he's buffed to the gills.
Okay. Trini will then actually move to here, probably.
All right.
Trini is going to have a haste ready.
All right.
So she can do the 1-2 combo of haste, inspire courage when time comes.
That is always tasty.
So, as you're taking this winding path up the hill itself is actually quite smooth. It's a promontory that's quite a ways away from most of the mountains here. It's very windswept with this sandstone that has been smoothed out over the years.
Pretty.
One thing that you do notice as you're getting closer is the temple itself is it has extremely well cut features on it. The corners are sharp. The towers are smooth. It seems to be constructed with expert masonry. Wow. It's seems to be made of like silvery stone.
Oh, wow.
And it looks like it could have been built yesterday.
Would I know, is it being protected with some sort of magic, or is it just...
A little hard to tell from the distance.
All right. Damien, who is excitedly explaining the deal of casting spells through hero cards, will also begin complimenting the stonework and the temple as they go up. Just like, oh, wow, that is really amazing.
Yeah.
I can't. It looks like it was built yesterday. How is it still being protected? This is amazing.
We do not know. It is the Song of the Spheres that reinforces it.
That's incredible.
It has always been here since the time of the Thrall Keepers, even before, some say.
Wow, that is so cool.
And as Tekrakai is guiding you up the path, as you're getting closer, basically the tower is about 100 feet tall at its center. There's a silver sphere capping the central peak. It's like the moon had fallen out of the sky and been impaled on the steeple.
That's so cool.
As you're getting closer, you can see there's a 30-foot opening, and the curving sides are framed by the long, peacock-like tail feathers of an immense butterfly or moth-like creature.
It's a star monarch. Oh my god.
Hold on, roll your fucking knowledge check. Jesus. Quit metagaming.
Knowledge planes?
I believe that's actually knowledge arcana.
Okay.
They are magical creatures.
That's a 34.
Yeah, you know what a star monarch is. Let me pull up the stat block. You can't just throw out that you know things.
I worship Desna and I have 21 knowledge arcana.
Okay. Yes, the carving does appear to be a star monarch. Is a brightly colored, this says moth. I take issue with the idea of calling a moth a monarch. Monarchs famously are butterflies. It says that it rises taller than a house. Long tail resembling peacock feathers trails behind the creature. Star monarchs are magical emissaries, the guide and protector of those who wander on the guardian of dreams. They fly in glowing clouds through the void of space, visiting the world to watch over the faithful. Star monarchs spin streamers of sticky silver, weaving evanescent gossamer cocoons to enrobe those who slumber under their protection. These cocoons sublimate into wisps of half-remembered dreams with the coming of dawn. Star monarchs rarely intervene directly in combat, more often helping good creatures by aiding them from the shadows, guiding their paths, or guarding them while they sleep.
They're so gentle and good.
Yes, they're very good. This one is carved of the same silvery stone and watches over the 30-foot tall entryway.
I don't have knowledge masonry or lore. I don't have lore masonry, so I don't know if I can figure out where that stone has come from.
As you're getting closer, the Bone Slayers knock their arrows. The Moon Maidens take out a few of their slightly less shiny star knives. They have a couple sets of star knives actually. They have actually, just to make sure that I'm being honest here, they have 6 regular star knives and 2 +1 star knives.
Okay.
Okay.
So they're gonna hold on to the +1s.
And yeah.
All right.
And we are approaching the entryway.
Damien would like to charge up his deck of cards with +2 shocking.
Okay. All right. So you can start to come toward the entryway. And who's going in?
All right. Lenore and Ophelia are going to lead the way, I think. Ophelia invisible, Lenore very visible.
Are you sneaking up, or are you?
I suppose, yeah, let's try.
Ophelia leading the way, invisible, sneaking?
Yes, Ophelia leading the way, invisible, sneaking. I will have her roll stealth. Holy crap. So she'll act. I don't think I can get a +10 from the Ring of Chameleon power when I'm invisible.
No.
So that's a 25. No, I don't want to go through what the moon phase is right now. We'll just say it's we'll just use the +1 bonus.
Okay.
25, and then plus the 20 for being invisible.
Yes, because you're moving.
So 45.
45. All right. So, Ophelia, you stealth your way up. How far ahead of the group are you getting?
I want to come into the room and wait on the inside of the door.
Stepping into the room, you will find a large dais on a pivot point in the center there is a giant star knife. Basically, there is a white cone that protrudes from the center of the floor up about 15 feet into the air. And it comes to a very sharp point on which balances this giant star knife 20 feet from end to end.
Wow.
Yes.
Ophelia, can Ophelia briefly assess its tip over ability?
I mean, it looks like it could fall off at any second.
Oh, okay, so it's probably being held up by magic.
There are a bunch of animal carcasses strewn across the floor, and several humanoid carcasses piled in a corner, with one of them currently in the claws of a giant red, as I said, gorilla-like creature.
Yeah?
That is gnawing on the bones of someone who seems to have once been one of the Moon Maidens.
Jesus.
As you're coming in, it's sort of sitting there, gnawing at like one of the arm bones, just like. Like chewing on this thing. Not really like eating, but just sort of like gnawing on the bone.
Okay. Yeah, I have no Rick's knowledge.
It's sort of curled up under the western point of the giant star knife.
Okay.
Huddled up as if, just sort of relaxing.
And it doesn't seem to notice me.
Nope.
Okay. The rest of I think while Ophelia has snuck in, the rest of the party is going to be approaching quietly. I don't know how stealthy all of us can be together.
Not.
So, I think as Lenore gets to,
I mean, the Lyrunqua Moon Maidens can probably stealth pretty well.
Yeah, Lenore is not great at stealthing.
It is their favorite terrain.
Lenore has a +3 to stealth.
I'll roll stealth for the Lyrunqua.
Okay, yeah, I'll roll stealth for Lenore. Just gonna fucking step on a branch. Yeah, that's a 14. That's not great.
Right. The Moon Maidens stealth up actually quite deftly toward the edges, taking up flanking positions outside the entryway.
Okay.
They're stacked up, like ready to go.
All right. Unia got
sorry.
a 2. Unia got a 2. They stumble going up the incline a little bit.
Then one of the Moon Maidens goes, "It's eating." And they sort of gesture for you to come up slowly.
All right. I think can we roll for initiative? Do I get a surprise round off?
How close? Well, hold on. Where is everybody?
Oh, okay. So Unia is waiting to move in after Lenore moves in. Lenore would like to nod in the room at where Ophelia said she was going to hide, and Ophelia would like to run up and startling appearance this motherfucker.
Okay. So let me take up positions with my guys out here. Okay. What was your stealth check?
For Ophelia?
Ophelia.
45.
45. Okay. And right, people are moving to get into position. Actually, as the Lyrunqua move into position, the creature goes,
fuck.
and sort of tosses the corpse off to the side and like starts grunting at the door.
Is it in any
Puffs
language?
up its cheeks. And starts sort of walking this way.
And Ophelia would like to run up and frightening appearance it. I actually have frightening appearance now.
Okay. In that case, roll for initiative.
Yeah.
You do get a surprise round off.
Yeah. All right.
But one initiative check for the Bone Slayers and one initiative check for the Moon Maidens.
Sounds good. All right. So Ophelia got a 22. Lenore got a 16. Unia got a 16. They rolled really well. Damien got a 14. Trinia got a 6. The highest initiative among the Bone Slayers is a 22.02, so it goes behind Ophelia. And the highest initiative for the Moon Maidens is a 15.
I believe the only person that actually made it into the surprise round is Ophelia.
Hey!
Let me roll in this creature. Oh, just so that I remember, as part of initiative check. Wow, it got last in initiative. This thing is probably not going to live a very long time. As part of your initiative checks, Damien and Trinia may make knowledge arcana checks while looking at the creature.
All right. Maybe we can do better than a natural 1 this time.
You also were taking a -10 because the lady didn't know how to identify it.
Yeah, that's fair. That's a total of 30.
You will have heard rumors of creatures such as this. It is a hulking humanoid that towers at a height of 10 feet. Its body is thick and hairless. Its gray flesh flushing with crimson along the arms and legs. Strangely tiny bat-like wings jut from the shoulder blades, while its gangly claws swing down to its ankles. 3 separate pairs of crimson eyes hint at the creature's cruel intellect, but its powerful jaws and razor-sharp talons dismiss any suggestion of docility. It is a creature known as a Red Reaver. Slow-witted but possessed of a dangerous temper, massive Red Reavers are violent forces of nature. With weights of almost 4,500 pounds, they often leave sizable depressions in the ground where they crash upon the earth with their disproportionately small wings. While Red Reavers do not seek out creatures in battle, are rarely aggressive at first, these simple creatures' territorial natures and tendency to misinterpret threats make approaching one an exceedingly dangerous proposition. Red Reavers are omnivorous. They spend days at a time hunting along rivers and secluded shorelines for fish or larger creatures that come to the water to drink. While Red Reavers often seek out caves in foul weather, most of the time these brutes merely collapse where they stand when overcome by slumber. Simple in both heart and mind, Red Reavers are often transfixed by the natural beauty of random curiosities. On occasion, Red Reavers have been spotted standing as still as statues watching multicolored sunsets. Others might be beguiled for hours when they spy their own reflection in a clear pool of water. Tales are told of Red Reavers drawn to traveling bards, the Red Reaver listening to the minstrel music with fascination, but unintentionally tearing the hapless performer to shreds after the exhausted bard at last puts down his instrument.
Jesus.
Now, what did you get?
I got 30.
Oh, and Trinia is rolling as well. Arcana. Trinia got a 39.
Oh my gosh.
So you aid Trinia.
I do.
Giving her a total of 41.
Wow.
Meaning that, let's see, they're a rare creature. So 15 plus CR, meaning that this is, so 3 facts. Now, you did also already learn that they have the Rend Universal Monster ability, a bite and 2 claws.
And some sort of fearsome
some sort of roar attack.
Yeah.
Would you like to know anything more about this description that I've given you?
Are they evil?
Are they evil? 1 fact. No. They're neutral.
Okay.
Anything else about their appearance or description standing out to you?
What's the deal with them being fascinated by beauty? Like obviously Ophelia's already on her way into sneak attack, but will it suddenly become pacified when Trinia starts singing?
So they have an ability, a weakness called Distracted. Red Reavers are easily distracted by beautiful sights and sounds. Any successful perform check of DC 30 or higher has the additional effect of placating the creature, causing it to stop whatever it's doing and stand still to enjoy the performance. The Red Reaver remains statutory and calm until the performance stops, or it takes damage. The performer can only take advantage of a Red Reaver's distraction once per hour. At the GM's discretion, a Red Reaver might also be affected by scenes of particular beauty, although they are usually only distracted by a static view or work of art for 5 minutes. It generally isn't distracted by beautiful creatures, but could easily be distracted by a particularly eye-catching apparel worn by a creature. So, the perform check of DC 30 or higher, or some work of natural art or beauty.
Okay.
This is a giant 20-foot star knife.
Yeah. And then people came in here and tried to chase it out, and it fucking killed them. Do we think it would be likely that while it is pacified, we would be able to, take it by one of its extremely scarily clawed hands and just, lead it out of here?
That I think we'll have. I don't think you can get that from a fact.
Okay, what's its intelligence?
Intelligence. Okay, cool. It has an intelligence of 3.
All right.
Slightly above animalistic intelligence.
All right. Does it understand any languages?
It can understand some words in giant.
All right.
Anybody speak giant?
Does Damien speak giant? Yeah, nobody of the parties. Does Trinia speak giant?
I don't believe so. No, she does not.
Yeah, this wasn't one of my priority languages.
Nope. And none
Okay.
of the Bone Slayers or... So nobody speaks giant.
Yeah, no, I didn't have a ton of interest in like dealing with this peaceably, given the number of people
Yes.
it has killed.
Yes.
I was just,
Okay.
just the in case sort of thing.
So, Ophelia is the first in initiative anyway.
Yes.
So,
Ophelia, surprise round. Move forward. Try to move through the space. Swift action. Up close and personal it, and I believe I proc frightening appearance on that.
okay.
So I will attempt.
Okay. So
to
up close and
move-
personal, roll your acrobatics.
Acrobatics. Ooh, 41.
You do manage to move through its space.
So Ophelia will, becoming visible, do a fucking flippy do, and end up on the other side of this thing. And let me look up frightening appearance here. This is the first time I've actually used frightening appearance. This is an upgrade to startling appearance, and I will double check. Oh, it's attempt and intimidate check. I suppose I can attempt an intimidate check. It's a free action. Let's see how scary Ophelia is to this thing. I have a plus 12 to intimidate. Oh wow. 27. That's probably not enough.
As you appear, it goes and it's sort of like you see its eyes actually go wide as you suddenly just appear out of nowhere. Your blade cutting across it. Roll your attack.
All right.
It is frightful appearance. Frightening appearance has worked.
All right.
What does that do?
It is frightened for 1 round, in addition to being shaken as normal, unless it succeeds at a will save, which is 10 plus 5 plus my charisma modifier, 4. So DC 19 will save.
Well, it's against any enemies that can see it
Yeah.
within 10 feet.
Well, yeah. It makes
So
them
it's
all
demoralized.
shaken. But yeah, it's demoralized, and then it has to make a DC 19 will save or be frightened.
Makes the same.
All right, so it's not frightened, but it is shaken.
Yes.
And I will roll my attack. Okay, that is a 10 on die. So that is a 27 to hit
27 is a miss.
against flat-footed.
Yes.
What?
Getting close to this creature, it does not appear particularly dexterous. Your blade, however, glances off its thick hide.
Oh my god!
Yep.
I was really excited to do all my d8s.
And now it's your turn.
Yep. I would actually like Ophelia to delay until Lenore can get in flanking.
Okay. So you delay. Nalmid is going to come around the corner and take a well-aimed shot. And is going to attack with a masterwork Baza longbow. And their arrow just uselessly clatters against it like, ow! I don't know if we're prepared to fight a thing like this. Oh my god, its hide looks really thick. Its hide is really thick. Lenore.
Lenore is going to move forward, blood rage, and get within Donut of Death range, and attack once. Oh no. That's with flanking. That's a 26, so that does not hit.
No, it's not hit.
Shit. Well, Ophelia's flanking now.
Okay. Ophelia.
Ophelia would like to full round attack. So we're getting our. Just to check, Human Bane does not proc on these friends, right?
You know what? The strangest. No, it doesn't.
All right, come on, Ophelia. We love you. We love you, Ophelia. That is a 29.
That is a hit.
Yeah. All right, only D4s.
As this time when you attack again, your blade does manage to cut through the hide, and the creature goes.
Okay.
Thank you. Egg bonus. So that's 1d8 plus 6 plus 6d4. That is 30 points of damage.
Okay.
And then I would like to attack again.
Do it. Do it to it.
Do it. Oh, that's a 19 to hit. And it's not.
That's a
hit.
miss.
Yeah. And then, I guess that'll be that.
All right, Unia.
Ophelia waves at it like,
You are
hi.
up.
Actually, Ophelia would like to swift action Shadow's Shroud to give herself some concealment.
Okay.
Yes.
You are now concealed.
She waves at it, twiddles
That's your
her fingers.
6 out of 6 bar?
Yes.
Okay.
So
Mark down a round.
Yep. Oh, I marked it off on my sheet. Yeah. She twiddles her fingers and then the shadow that is being cast by the giant star knife wraps around her.
Yes. Yeah, it's actually fairly dark in here. Not like dark, but like low light.
Yeah. Okay. Good. So it's Unia's turn. I think it's a great time for Unia to cast a spell. You said this thing was a humanoid.
Yes.
Unia.
Well, it's actually you didn't get the type. It seems like a hulking human.
Okay. It might.
You didn't get the type.
Yeah. The over/under on hold person is not hopeful there. Then.
You don't know.
No,
I did say humanoid, so I don't know.
You did.
Maybe. Oh, here, let me blow it up a little bit so you can see it.
Oh God, that is very scary. Unia is actually going to come in to the room, so that they have fewer people they need to block, and they are going to channel entropy. They'll just do it in a cone at the guy, and exclude Ophelia. So that is a DC 17 will save to have.
Okay.
And it deals 6d6 points of damage. Oh, sad rolls. That does 17 points of damage.
Okay. Takes that.
All right. That will be Unia's turn.
Tekrakai is going to direct the Moon Maidens. She steps out, hold her star knife up for our fallen sisters. And everyone within 30 feet is going to gain, you get a +2 on attacks against this creature.
Hey, cool.
Actually, wait, no. It's attacks. I think it's attacks and damage rolls. It's Ranger Bond.
Ah.
The next 2 rounds.
Nice.
You will all get this bonus. It applies to attack rolls, damage rolls, bluff, knowledge, perception, sense motive, or survival checks.
All right.
And Damien. Now your turn.
Damien. Okay. How far can Damien move in? Okay. Stand in the doorway, next to Lenore.
Okay.
Stand in the Lenore way. And I would like to range spell strike Shocking Grasp. Intensified Shocking Grasp, even.
Oh, little piece of flavor, as you're now, the result of this would now be mostly done. When Unia channeled entropy, for a moment the stone looked a little bit more weathered and dull, but now as Damien moves forward, you can see rippling out from where Unia stands, the stone is restoring to the same luster that it had before.
Okay, so that's it's a plus 21 to hit right now with all of the bonuses that I've been given.
Okay.
So here we go. Damien goes, ah! And he throws a card, and the card crackles with arcane energy.
Are you spell striking or?
Yeah, it's a ranged spell strike with intensified shocking grasp on
Nice.
it. That is a 30 to hit.
That will hit.
Oh boy. Okay.
What all you got going here?
So first it takes 10d6 of shocking
Wait,
grasp.
is your card enhanced?
Yes.
Okay.
So it's we'll do the card damage first. So that does 9 points of getting hit with the card damage.
Plus 1d6.
That does 6 points of shocking damage.
Okay. And then an intensified shocking.
Yes, and then 10d6 shocking grasp damage. And I'm gonna feel like a real doof if it is immune to electricity.
Wouldn't you know it? It's immune to electricity.
Oh, that's not 38 points of shocking grasp damage.
And with that, you have drawn the attention of the Red Reaver. Minus 15. Minus. Are you star tossing?
Oh, I can actually do that. Yes. I have that swift action. Yes, I'd be
What does
star
that do?
tossing. That actually adds +6 to damage with cards.
All right.
So
An additional
that's
6 points of
another
damage.
6.
Because it was like you haven't used your swift action. So.
Yes. So that would be actually a total of 59 points of damage from Damien.
Damn.
Holy shit.
The remaining Moon Maidens are going to sort of form like a little crescent, standing in the doorway, where they are going to all throw their star knives through the door. One of them, their star knife just briefly embeds in the hide, but it pulls it out, and not a drop of blood comes out.
Ah, fuck. He got it in one of its calluses.
Yes. Yeah, they throw a total of between the rest of them, they throw a total of 6 star knives, and not a one actually does damage.
Oh, fuck. No wonder they died.
The remaining Bone Slayers form an arc outside the sort of at the edge of the hilltop. Mm-hmm. Also firing their bows kind of uselessly at it.
Boy, am I glad that we're in here and they're out there.
We just have to check for critical hits, because otherwise they don't hit.
Wow.
All of them start pelting it with arrows. The arrows sort of glancing off the hide. Every now and then one sticks in, but it's only like to the very point of the tip.
Oh my god.
And it's like Trinia is going to see 5 foot step up. I'm sorry, Ophelia, you're going to be excluded from this.
No!
Everybody else, though, yes, everybody else is going to gain the benefits of Inspire Courage and Haste.
Hey. All right.
Actually, I think except for Unia, you don't get Haste because I don't have line of effect on you.
Oh.
Because you're around a stone wall.
Yeah.
That is an Inspire Courage of +2.
Oh, good. Okay, does Unia get Inspired Courage?
You do get Inspire Courage.
Yay!
You can hear Trinia going,
Something Harambe
How do you stop a charging gorilla?
with a banana peel?
You take away its access to the Bank of Abadar.
God.
I have a whole list now of gorilla jokes. Here, let's do it. Let's do the first. What's a gorilla's favorite cookie? Chocolate chimp. And
Jesus Christ.
and then haste. Right, that's Trinia's turn. And now it's our beautiful red friend. So the Red Reaver takes a moment, just going. It sort of like actually cowers back a little bit from Ophelia, but that means that it's going to take a step closer to these folks. It's going to focus on the guy that threw a card at it. Damien! It's going to bite at you. What is your AC, friend?
30.
Yep, it's going to hit you.
Does it hit one of my mirror images?
Ooh, I do need to roll that. What do you have, a 7?
I have 7 mirror images.
All right. Pick a number from 1 to 7. Rolling on the table.
6.
6.
Oh, actually, that technically means there's 8 of me. I have 7 mirror images, meaning there's 8 of me.
Okay, well, it doesn't hit you the first time anyway. You lose a mirror image.
All right.
So now there are 7 mirror images.
Yes.
Now it's going to attack you with a claw.
Ah,
6.
Yep.
Another one misses. And does nothing. Wow, I'm glad I have this monster.
Look, Damien has let out a little nervous fart.
All right, Damien's mirror images disappear as it just clawing at you, and 2 of your images just go pop, pop, and then it bites at you, and another one right in front of your face just pop. Yep. And you see like droplets of spit just flying out at you, just hitting you as it like bellows at you after this roar.
Damien's crying a little bit.
Now Med, the first of the Bone Slayers to act, going to attack with a composite longbow, and still doesn't do anything. And Lenore.
Lenore would like to delay until Ophelia gets back into flanking.
You do that. Yep. Ophelia.
Ophelia, 5-foot steps.
Yes.
And full round attacks.
Yes.
So she has concealment this round, so I get a +2 to attack and damage that I will remember this time. Am I getting a bonus from the ranger thing or not?
You are not.
Okay. Yeah, that's a 25. That doesn't hit. And we will try again with our second attack. Critical threat.
What was the total to hit?
35.
Okay, yeah.
27 to confirm.
Does not confirm.
Okay. So that's 1d8 plus 6 plus 2. So 1d8 plus 8 plus 6d4.
What do you got total?
So that's 27 points of damage, actually.
27. Not too shabby. And now it's bleeding on the floor. It's blood pooling in the stars beneath it.
We are going to she's going to keep Shroud up because it doesn't seem fun to get hit by this thing. And Lenore is going to full round attack.
Yes. Rage.
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 So, with Heroism up, Greater Blood Rage up, Haste up, Inspire Courage up, and the Eggy bonus.
Eggies.
Lenore has a +23 to hit on her first attack and her hasted attack.
What could possibly go wrong?
Fuck you.
One.
That is a 17, which is a critical threat. 40 to hit.
All right, roll to confirm.
Oh.
What'd you get?
Oh, okay. I also have the flanking bonus. So I was a 42 to hit. So 26 plus flanking bonus plus ranger bond. That's 30.
That'll hit. That'll
Confirm. So we are doing 2d10 plus 50 damage. 2d10 plus 50 damage. 2d10 plus 50 damage. 62 points of damage. And then we're gonna do it again. So this is the hasted attack. We'll just do the so that's actually a +27 to hit with all the bonuses right now. So
well, before you roll that,
yes,
the creature falls unconscious.
Oh,
and you can still attack if you want, but it basically slumps over, blood pooling beneath it.
Lenore looks back at the moon maidens behind her. Do you want this thing dead?
And are you waiting for them to act?
I will actually.
Okay. Uni, are you also waiting?
Yeah, they'll wait.
Okay. Tekrakai comes up and puts a hand on it and just goes, she looks at Trinia actually and just says, "Tell me, this beast, it hunts. It hunts ruthlessly, but is it with malice?" And you guys got its alignment, yeah?
Yeah. It's neutral.
Yeah, and so Trinia would say, no, it's not much more intelligent than like an animal or anything like that. It's, it's just territorial, like a bear or something like that. She goes, Then I do not do this with malice. And she just takes the star knife and jabs it into the neck, and just twitches a little bit as it stops moving. She pulls the knife out, cleans it.
Lenore will drop out of blood rage.
Thank you.
Yeah.
The Bone Slayers here. Will you give my sisters a proper escort to the Calamans? And the Bone Slayers will say, of course, we will do this. Yes. The rest of Larun Kwa will be here soon. We should clean the temple, so it is not a place of death when they get here. And she, after wiping off her knife, will take like a piece of hide and just start like mopping up some of the blood on the ground. Do any of you have water I can use?
Oh.
And the Bone Slayers go, we can create water! They just shoot jets of water out their fingers.
Damien pulls out his wand. He sees they've already got it covered. He sadly puts his wand away.
They start pressure washing the floor.
Amazing. We head back down the hill.
Tekrakai actually wraps the remaining bodies in cloth, mostly taken from the gear that they would have had tattered around here, bedrolls and such like that. They just wraps them. She goes, we will place them on the horses, and they will. Your Bone Slayer companions can take them to the Calomans, where they will be buried properly.
Yeah.
Thank you for your help. I will see to it that you are introduced to Akram.
I'm sorry.
You may stay here if you wish.
Lenore sort of reaches out to put her hand on this lady's shoulder, on Tekrakai's shoulder.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry we had to meet this way.
It is unfortunate, but I thank you all for helping us reclaim our temple. Let me show you something. And she is actually going to go toward one of the spiral staircases as the Bone Slayers are sort of cleaning everything up. And she leads you up the stairs. And as you're moving up these stairs, like they start with this like polished white stone, and as you move up, it seems that the stairs are getting like more and more transparent. Ooh. Until it's like you're walking on crystal, and the walls around you seem to fade. As you rise up, the walls at first have just this white stone, and as you move up, it's just like sparkling more and more until eventually only the specular parts of the stone that were once catching the light seem to be the only points of light you can see.
Oh, wow.
The further and further you move up this crystalline staircase, the more everything but these points of light fades into darkness. You come up to... excuse me. You come up to a gathering hall on the top floor, and a moon-like sphere hangs above you, which seems to be shining moonlight down on the area around, and all around you, where there should be stone, you just see an image of the night sky, perfectly accurate for what it should be. at this time of year. However, even for this time of year, the constellations are unfamiliar as you're seeing the daytime constellations.
Oh.
And there's a circle of stone benches where people can sit. Like, this is the temple.
Oh,
This is why we protect it.
This is amazing.
Magic from ages gone by.
Damien is making what can be best described as a tea kettle noise as he looks around in awe and amazement at the both as a Desnan and as a student of the arcane is just absolutely mind blown, amazed at. Unia seems a bit shocked, actually. They sit down on one of the benches looking a bit at sea.
You see now why we fight for this.
Yeah,
Thank you.
of course.
She sits, closes her eyes, her bows her shaved head. The tattoos that adorn her arms and scalp seem to like glimmer in the moonlight.
Ooh.
And she just takes a moment, laying her star knives. She has her basically takes her 8 star knives and stacks them, so that they form like a complete like fan of blades that reflect the moonlight back.
Gorgeous.
And she just closes her eyes and doesn't say anything.
We will all sit down. Lenore, gratefully, as she's still a bit tired from the raging. Damien will sit across from Tekrakai and fan out hero cards in the same orientation as she has her star knives. And he will sit and close his eyes as well.
Okay. Several hours will pass. Eventually,
Lenore will fall asleep.
You can see the stars in this room rotating to match the turn of Galarian.
Lenore. Well, let's roll 1d20 to see how quietly Lenore is sleeping.
Mm-hmm.
She's on one of the benches and she just sort of leaned over against the wall, and her eyes closed, and she's breathing a little heavily, but she's not snoring or anything. She's sleeping pretty peacefully. Mm-hmm. If one was not paying close attention, they might think that she was just sitting quietly. Probably not, though.
Right.
Drooling a little bit.
As you guys rest here, one of the other moon maidens will come up, and she goes, "Thank you for aiding us in taking back the temple. We wanted to give you thanks in addition to seeking out the ally that you want, Truth Speaker Akram. We also thought these might aid you. They belong to our fallen sisters, and now perhaps they might aid you." And she gives you 3 suits of +1 hide armor and 5 +1 star knives.
Wow. Ophelia will take them, seeing that Lenore is currently indisposed.
Thank you so much. We really appreciate it. Honestly, out here, we could use all the help we can get. And it's our honor to have been able to help you and to have earned your respect. Thank you for sharing this space with us.
I'll leave you be. There is much to prepare for.
Of course.
Speaker Akram.
Of course.
And Tekrakai will go, "Yes, feel free to rest. It was perhaps a brief fight, but you fought valiantly and you deserve your rest, and I know you've traveled long."
Thank you. Do you need any help setting up, actually? I get a little restless.
Well, certainly. We'd be happy to have another pair of hands.
Sure.
She looks at
She looks particularly actually at Damien. I recommend meditate here for some time.
Okay.
You will find the stars' song is strong here.
It's really nice. Yeah.
Damien looks like a little blissed out.
She smiles.
Ophelia will take Unia's hand and sort of pull them up from the bench. Come on, let's go help. But I want to say, let's go help.
And Trinia kind of goes, I mean, if you don't mind, I do kind of want to like hang out a little bit, you know,
that's fine, hon.
dozen and stuff.
Just helping Unia learn how to make a good impression on people.
They definitely need a lot of work. Bye, Unia. Bye, Ophelia.
Bye, Trinia.
And Damien and Trinia sort of like rest up here. Damien, night comes.
Damien would like to be contemplating the path that has led him here. And although he does not often get the opportunity to wander, how his travels have enriched his experience of life so far, and how learning of places and people away from his home has improved his understanding and also his empathy for the people that Corvosa has hurt.
And as you are doing so, sort of meditating here in this space, you see the stars like slowly revolving above you. And after some time, after you would imagine night should have fallen by now, it almost feels like you're floating through the stars because you can just see them moving all around you. Like you're in like a giant, like in a giant snow globe, with only the stars around you. As you're doing so, you do eventually feel as if you're floating through the void. The stars all around you, even passing by you. You feel yourself pulled toward the northern star. You can see, and basically as you meditate, you feel stars whipping past you and points of light that at first are far off suddenly blaze into giant spheres whipping by you.
Oh, that's so cool.
You're surrounded by stardust of every color enveloping you. And as you move, you can feel like little pieces of stone that float in the void, brushing against your hands gently, despite the apparent speed with which you're moving. Eventually, you feel yourself in the presence of a bright blue star. And as you sort of stand before it, you can feel its warmth. And the stardust around you seems to take on an image of sort of silhouetted against the star, a bird-like figure, with it seems to be generally human shaped, but where the arms would be, there are these feathered wings with human-like hands at the ends.
Oh, wow.
And
would I know
and it has basically you can see the starlight shining out of this creature's eyes.
Wow.
As they sort of like drift toward you in the void, and soon they're hanging before you.
Would I know what manner of creature this is?
You could roll knowledge planes.
All right. Here we go. That is a total of 30.
Okay. You would know that this is a type of Agathion called an Avoral.
Okay.
The Avorals are generally human shaped, but their upper limbs are great wings with a human-like hand at the end of each, allowing Avorals to use tools and weapons. Though in battle, they prefer to attack from the air and slash with large claws in their feet and buffets from their great wings. An Avoral's head is a feathery cowl instead of hair, typically brown, white, gray, or gold, but this one's feathers are jet black.
Ooh.
With a large nose and piercing eyes.
Sort of like Howl and Howl's Moving Castle. So when he starts growing all the feathers that one time. I don't remember what the context is.
Yes, actually, a lot like that.
It was just a very striking visual. I've only seen the movie once.
Here's a nice little image of an overall. This one is, again, jet black, both in feathers and skin.
Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it is very much like that.
Mm-hmm. And the creature sort of drifts towards you, gliding on these black feathered wings, banks around you before coming to rest, hanging in the void before you.
Hi,
Hello?
I'm Damien.
Cosmos.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's me.
Yes. Very happy to meet your acquaintance, Damien Cosmos.
Who are you?
My name is Nightspear.
Nightspear. Wow, it's a pleasure to meet you.
You have traveled far, Damien Cosmos.
Where am I?
Oh, well, it's hard to say. I believe you are on a tiny rock. I think they called it Galarian.
They call it Galarian, yeah.
Yes. Around a beautiful star. They call it a mother.
It's very bright.
Yours is the cradle, or the cage.
Yeah, that's right. Hopefully it, stays being the cage.
Hopefully.
We all hope.
That'd be good. It would be good. It's sort of, you see as the man floats before you, he looks at you every now and then, but he's just sort of like looking out at the stars. Beautiful, isn't it?
Yeah.
To float here in the void, to hear the song of the spheres. It's strong here.
Yeah, that's what Tekrakai said.
Can you hear it?
Can I hear?
You've been meditating for a time. Yeah, you hear ringing this slow warbling drone, a resonant sound that you feel like in your bones. And the star before you, it's just got this beautiful, perfect note. It's because it's less like a tone like you would get from a musical instrument, and more just this reverberation that you just feel.
So Damien, aware of all of the incredible presence and just the beauty of the song, some tears stream down his face, and he sort of nods in a choked up voice. Yeah.
And Nightspear, looking around at the stars, every now and then glancing at you.
Do you take questions?
Yes.
I
Someone who has traveled so far.
I
You must have questions.
I honestly never thought I'd get a chance to ask. See, I'm a student of the Harrow. And
Oh, yes. Powerful divination, yes.
there was a card that existed. It was like Desna's card in the Harrow deck.
Yes.
I saw,
The Great Dreamer.
yes, I saw a vision of a drawing that another Harrower did in the past. He's stuck in a Harrow deck right now, and he keeps doing this drawing over and over. And he drew that card, and I always heard it was auspicious, but I don't know what it means.
I don't know what it means either. Well, speak plainly. What is your question, Damien Cosmos of Galarian? Encircling the Mother.
Why? How can it come to be that a Harrower gets stuck in their own deck?
People live their lives in many things.
Some in cards, some in books. Where do you live your life, Damien Cosmos?
With my friends, I think.
Some do, yes.
Did you ever talk to a man named Venster?
Venster. Arabasti.
Yeah.
No, I've never talked to a Venster.
Oh.
I've heard his name, though. He questioned the song.
The great dreamer was in his negative future.
Lost in the cards. Lived his life in the cards, I think. It's unfortunate. The cards are meant to be a help. They are not meant to be one's life.
How can we get him out? How can we free his spirit? How can we free Zalara Esmeranda's spirit?
Their lives were lived in the cards. And now in death they are in the cards. Hard to know. Hard to find a life. A place to rest when your life was spent in another. Perhaps if they can be guided out. If you live your life lost in a maze, how can you find the exit?
Maybe.
They require a guide.
Yeah, you have somebody show you the way out.
Yes. Perhaps they don't even know what an exit is. Any other questions? That's 2, I believe.
I'm hoping you've heard of this story. There was once a man who lived around this place, this area that I'm in right now on this little rock. He jumped into the mouth of a magma worm thing and cut his way out without killing it and without dying. Do you have any idea how he did that?
There are many ways in and out. You're a clever boy. Is it necessary to plunge into danger to show people that you have? You could.
Okay.
It's only necessary that they believe.
Okay. I suppose that's a...
No need to be reckless.
Yeah, but wouldn't tricking them be dishonorable?
Honor. Are you honorable, Damien?
I mean, I'd like these people to think I am.
Oh, we all would, wouldn't we? Life is easier when everyone thinks we're honorable. Are you honorable, Damien?
I think I honor things that matter.
When you look in the mirror, are you honorable?
I mean, I stand for what I believe in.
When you sleep at night, are you honorable?
I don't know if I have any control over whether I'm honorable or not when I'm sleeping. I've heard I snore a little bit.
Who cares what everyone else thinks is honorable? Are you honorable, Damien?
But I don't know if I'm honorable or not. Maybe other people need to...
Do you want to be?
I want to be respected.
Many people are respected. Not all of them honorable. What do you want?
I want to help people. I want to make right the things that have gone wrong. I want people to stop being scared when they look at me.
Sounds very honorable.
Now you've got me wondering if that's a good thing.
Who knows?
Do you know anything about what happened to Kazavon? Or what happened to Midnight's teeth? How it came to be in Queen Ilios's hands? How we can destroy it? That's a lot of questions. Let me pick one. Do you know anything about destroying Midnight's Teeth?
You see, he sort of bows his head for a moment, actually, like, seeming very thoughtful. Dark. A dark past, a dark present, a dark future. Midnight, a good term, but a dark midnight. One without stars. Storm clouds all around. No. I don't know anything about this.
I'm gonna make a sense motive check. Oh, fuck. That's a 6.
Yeah, hard to read.
Okay. Related question. I don't know if this is gonna be any better. One of my friends. They keep talking to this being that they are convinced is what remains of Eridan. I don't know if it matters so much if it actually is Eridan. But do you think it means them harm?
Unia,
Yes.
your friend.
Yeah.
Yes. Dark as well. Dark like night, without stars. Cloudy night. I remember Eridan. Honorable. Sort of smirks as he says it. Very honorable. Always the honor with Eridan. Many people thought him honorable. He's gone now. Haven't seen him in a long time. No one's seen him. Don't know. Maybe your Unia sees him. I can't. Dark.
Night without stars.
Night without stars. Not a very good night, no.
No. Doesn't sound like a good one to be stuck in either.
I don't know if your Unia is on a good path or a bad path. Honorable. Yes. Is Unia honorable?
I think they think they're honorable. I don't know if it matters to them what other people think.
You don't need to care what other people think. As long as you do right.
I don't know if they're doing right.
Well, maybe people who are lost need some guidance. Maybe I have a little for you. Damon Cosmus from Galarian. Honorable man. He laughs.
Stop it.
Your friends, many of them are lost. Lost in cards, lost in memories. There's more out there than cards and holy symbols and these things. These things are meant to help us find a path. But we can't lose ourselves in them. Your friends, they're lost. Many of them. Show them a way out.
How do I do that?
You're going to have to be the guide. Damien! Damien! Wake up! Wake up! Trey is like shaking you. Damien! Damien!
Birds. Oh, shit.
The hell are you doing?
I was meditating.
You've been sleeping like all night. It's morning. The people are here.
Oh, my freaking back.
Yeah. The guy is here.
Oh my god.
And I think he wants to talk to you.
Sorry, I was having a dream and there was a man.
You should have had at least a dozen dreams. You've been sleeping like a rock.
A man with feathers.
Uh-huh.
Do you know what an Avora is?
Yeah, obviously, Avora Legathions are human-shaped creatures with hands on the ends of their wings, and they're servants of Desna.
Yeah, I was talking to one in my sleep.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's sort of how Desnons do things.
Which one?
Night Spear?
Oh yeah, Night Spear is a powerful servant of Desna. Apparently, he appears to people in dreams and answers questions for them to help them guide their way, and eventually gives them advice on how on a path that might lead them out of whatever current predicament they're in.
Yeah.
Did he tell you anything?
Yeah.
Cool.
He told me I need to help other people find paths.
Oh, that's vague.
Yeah. You know, it made it seemed more compelling in the dream, honestly. I tried to get him to tell me more, and he said that I should be free from others' expectations and free from things that are holding me back, and that I should try to help other people get away from things that are holding them back. And
he should write advice columns for the Corvosa Carrier.
I feel like that's a little bit irreverent.
Maybe.
He actually
he didn't talk to me, so
he
fuck
might
him.
he might actually think that's hilarious.
He didn't talk to me, so fuck him.
I mean, maybe you could if you wanted. I was a little distracted by the fact that I was floating in a void of stars.
How was his dick?
What?
His dick. He said I could fuck him, and what's his dick like? Is it weird? Was it like a bird dick?
I don't know. I didn't look.
Well then, why would you suggest that I fuck him?
I don't
Also,
know.
I'm kind of in a relationship with Ophelia now.
Oh, congratulations.
I guess. I mean, is it official? Like, did she talking about
Have
me?
you asked her?
So, I mean, we sort of said we're girlfriends.
Have you asked her?
Yeah.
You should ask her.
I don't know. I don't.
Look, I'm supposed to be helping people find their paths. Like, you should find out if this is a path you should be on or not.
I mean, I like it. It's nice. Ophelia's fun. What do you think of her? What's like?
Ophelia's like my best friend. What are you talking about?
Do you think do you think she's like serious? Or?
I think she fucking loves you.
Oh. Trinia goes, oh.
Go for it.
Okay. Thanks, Damien. You should write advice columns for the Corvosa Carrier.
Wait.
She kisses you on the cheek, and she goes toward the stairs.
Was that what you wanted to hear? Have I scared you off now? Fuck!
Anyway.
Maybe she doesn't love you. I don't know. You should ask her.
All right. And with that, we will leave this alone.
All right.
We will find out more about Truth Speaker Akra next time. On Curse! The Crimson Throne!
Desna, the goddess of falling asleep when you're supposed to be meditating, and then sleeping the entire night on a stone bench with no pillows. Maybe Damien can learn the spell Deep Tissue Massage for situations like this? To Have and to Roll is produced by David Clark and Katie Dukshire. The Pathfinder RPG and the Curse of the Crimson Throne Adventure Path are property of Paizo and are used in accordance with their community use policy. This session featured music from Cindy Locker and Michael Ghelfi Audio. See the description for a full track list. Sound effects were produced by Syrinscape. You can find more sound effects for your own tabletop games over at Syrinscape.com. We are on Twitter at To Have and to Roll. Rain is at Rain0. That's RANE and the number 0. Daft is at Daft Prodigy. We are also on Tumblr, tohaveandtoroll.tumblr.com. We will be back again in 2 weeks as the Cover of Night continue a job interview process that is somehow still more straightforward than getting an entry-level position in the United States. Find out what awaits our heroes next time. Bye!
Can I cock the wagon and float it across?
Maybe. Would it just be easier if the Bone Slayers don't come with you?
No, they should come with me.
No, so they go like, oh, well, you know what? That seems like a lot to track. Maybe we won't do that after all.
They're coming.
Came down here with a squad of 9. Watched the creature rip the light out of my best friend. I literally died with you, so, you know.
Team Dead Lesbians.
Team Dead Lesbians.
Okay.
Now I'm going to sort of squint at you. That seems problematic.
I know, right? I keep telling them, and they just don't believe me.
I mean, but if you're both...
Oh my god, you two can get a horse together, too.
If you both, like, appreciate the label, I guess that's fine. But, you know, like, as long as you're doing it by choice and not out of, like, any sort of, like, social pressure to... Sorry. I hope you can keep alive a number of CR4 Bone Slayers and a number of CR6 Moon Maidens.
God damn it.
Hopefully we don't die.
Hey!
What could possibly go wrong?
How about you stand in the back?
Well, I think that's no problem for the Bone Slayers because they have the bows. Might be a problem for us though because we have the star knives.
Yeah, I mean, do you throw them?
We do.
All right. But I suppose you need to be a little closer. I also do the thrown weapons. Have you ever heard about hero card magic?
And Damien will info dump to them.
Of course I've heard about hero card magic.
I mean, like casting other spells through hero cards.
Oh no, that sounds weird. I don't do a lot of the spells. Not big on the spells, me.
Oh. Yeah.
I can cast lead blades and long strider.
Oh. Lead
Yes.
blades is probably helpful.
Yeah, it's really
Star
good.
knives are kind of small.
It's really good. I cast it before combat every time I enter into combat.
That sounds like a
Makes
great
my
plan.
star knives do a d6 of damage.
Oh, wow.
Yes.